YouTube Nation, out you here, and another story about child abuse. Oh, the system and um baby doe. Now, I get into watching these, you know, cases, and of course, it makes me goddamn sick that another child lost her life, or his life, or anyone's life at that matter, due to someone's stupidity. And I've been saying this and I'll say it again. I said in another video, but if you people of today should be there should be more courses out there of first time parent training. If you don't cover your head, stay out of the bed. And I'm just telling you, it's fucking disgusting how these kids are just dying left and right. I mean, this has been going on, and children killing has been going on for so damn long. It took up until now that I say, and I'm putting this on record, that little Miss Casey Anthony, I hate fucking saying that cunt's name. And I hate mentioning it in my videos, but if you don't know who I'm talking about, if I don't say it. But Miss Casey, I believe, started a new trend. And the only reason why I say this, and the only reason why, and there's two reasons why, is not only did little Bella Bond, the girl's name, Bella. If you remember Casey Anthony's case, she had a tattoo, Bella Vita, which means beautiful life. But where Bella Bond was only, 2.5 years old? 2 years ago? How do you know what this girl, Rochelle, wasn't thinking? And naming her child that. I'm for damn sure she might have caught the news here and there. And, name probably just stuck in her head. Oh, Bella Vita, yeah, oh, yeah. But if it ain't the case, whatever. But I think she might have kept that in the back of her mind, even though her drugging and prostitution. And there's number two of why I think and know why she would do this. And that's because I met that person personally. She lived on the 3rd floor of an apartment over my head. And I believe she lived there, it was back in 2005, and she only lived there for about a year and a half, maybe 2 years. But, yeah, my father was on the news just recently. He was the management of the building. He managed the buildings at that time. And, I had an altercation with her in her one of her boyfriends. It is not the McCarthy you see on TV, but it was one of her ex-boyfriends. And I believe, and I can say that I met that Rachel Bond about the beginning of the end of her life, meaning that she was just, I can't say that she just started taking drugs, but I could say she just started taking heavy drugs. I think she was, everybody got a little token to the weed. I ain't got no problem with people with weed smoking, whatever. That is a mellow drug. I mean, I don't smoke it personally because it's that's a whole nother story. I almost got myself killed from it, from just laughing. But I'd have to tell that story and put it up. But anyways, on a serious note, yeah, the crack. Now, I've had friends that I've watched do that stuff, and me personally, watching these people do it, I'll never do it. Never had, never will. And to watch the people when they get on this stuff, not only are you slurring your words, you'd be like, what the hell did you just say? Not only are you slurring your words, your brain just melts down. You just slumped over. It's like it takes over your brain to where the point you're like you're dying. And not only does it do that, but it does give you a rush. Now, someone once told me, oh, when you do crack for the first time, and he was an ex-crack, he actually, he actually got off this stuff, thankfully. It never went back, but he did try it. And what it is with crack, if no one knows what it does, it gives you the best, perfect high, even better than marijuana, I guess. In cocaine, it just gives the best rush to your body, rush to your mind, and after that one first hit, you are trying to get it back. It only takes one time for this stupid rush to blow through you, to make you feel like, yeah, and then you're trying to catch that rush. And that's where the addiction comes in. That's where the stealing money and doing all dumb, stupid things, borrowing. And you just can't, and when you're broke, you're running to people, hey, yeah. I mean, yeah, you get that one-time rush, and then you're trying to catch it. And that's what brings the bad in the beginning to the end of your life. Because if you can't fight it and get off it, you might as well just die with it. Fucking OD with it. Go kill yourself. Because it's the worst fucking drug that you can ever get on. And any drug's the worst drug. Except for marijuana. I don't see anything wrong with that. I mean, yeah, you do lose brain cells and forget things and live with people that do that right now. But hey, that's their life, and if it makes them feel good, whatever. I ain't gonna rag on anybody smoking weed. Because you don't see this happening either with weed. You do not see mothers, fathers killing, shaking, whatever it is the case may be in the past fucking 4 or 5 months, kids and babies getting hurt, dying. What the fuck, man? What's going on? And I brought it back on Casey Anthony because that was one of the most worldwide. I mean, they've got Lifetime TV shows that come up with parents that killed their kids for love, for drugs, for money. But I think this one paved the fucking road. Only why? Why? Because she walked out the fucking jail cell. She walked out of the fucking twisted story that I got a video up of what I thought, my thoughts and theory on that case. And oh my fucking God. I swear to God, I can't even say what I want to do to that woman, and I swear to God, I don't hit nor beat women, but if I was to get into a room with Casey Anthony, oh man, I wouldn't hold back on any aggression on that woman, because what she did and what she said to the courts, come on, give me a fucking break. Oh, my father raped me. Oh, the baby drowned in the pool. Who the fuck? Well, how the fuck if the baby drowned in the pool? How'd I get 2 miles down the road? Did the fucking pool spring a leak and it floated on down there? Get the fuck out of here. They had duct tape hair evidence. They had shit to put that woman in executor too, but they didn't, and they didn't want to. Oh, because of the stupid jury. They don't see no cause. You know what? Shame to all of you that set that bitch, excuse me, cunt free. And this other cunt, like I said, I'm going to get into that now. I met her. And like I said, the turning over of her, which I could say, when I first met her, yeah, it's just, simple hi and bye. Notice she's got kids. And, excuse me, sneeze attack. And I knew she had kids, so I thought, hey, alright, she's a mother that smokes weed, whatever. She seemed like at the time that I met her that she kinda made it look like she had a head on her shoulders. I wasn't saying she was perfect. And but getting in to know her, yeah, like I say, I'm not saying she's perfect, but everybody shows a different side when you first meet them. They put on the old, hey, how you doing? Just like in a video. You look at a video that the news has been showing, and she's talking about, hey, monkey, and making it all look happy, and writing on that this is my life, you changed my world around. No, she did not. Because when you get hooked up with the wrong person, and you say you're clean from drugs, and you ain't got no willpower to do it on your own, and I know she didn't. She needed the help. And wherever she was out in Dorchester, she got the help. And she ruined it. She took it back, and of course the McCarthy picture, you can only tell what that guy was doing, thinking. And she does have a fetish for blonde-haired men, I can tell you that. Because the one that she was with when I seen it was a blonde-headed guy. So, whatever it is with the blonde hair and being somewhat bald. This guy wasn't, McCarthy wasn't bald, but her boyfriend was bald. He wasn't blonde-headed, but I think she likes blonde-headed men and bald. But anyways, what had happened with me was, pretty much you could say, yeah, a year went by, almost a year of going by each other. My wife even went up her house to talk about kids and stuff around the area and, stupid stuff. And a few times my wife went and talked to her. Just, hey, what ordinary people would do. Back in the day, in the 30s, the 20s, the 40s, whatever, families would bring pies to your house if you moved in. Families would always be, hey, neighbor, while they walk by your house down to your local store. Back then, that's an old-fashioned tradition that I live by. I am old-fashioned. I grew up in an old-fashioned world with my father and his antiques and everything, and I was mesmerized by this stuff. And, and that's what I was doing, all just giving a hospitality hi, bye, hey, how's the weather today? Or, just, hey, look at the little girl making little faces at her, calling her a silly name that ain't her name, and she get all hee, think it's funny, hey, that's what I do. But if you want to turn your frickin' fucking back on me, I can turn too. And if you want to show sides of yourself that I think that are inferior to me and make me feel as in a danger to society from you, well, then I'm going to turn back on you and do the same thing. But in some cases, but this one I did not do it because of two things. And I met her kids. Now, if she did not have kids, things would have been different. And her boyfriend that really got cocky with me one day, I would have knocked him on his ass and wiped his face up off the ground. But due to her having two kids in the apartment, I gave a respectful argument back to these people that just turned on a dime. Because, like I said, within a year, almost to a year, like I can say, I don't know how long this Rochelle's been on drugs, like weed or, well, not weed, I mean the coke, the crack. But, yeah, I think the boyfriend might have been a true dealer. He was dealing. There was people kept coming in and out. I thought, at first, well, maybe they're just friends. But in my neighborhood, back in the day, like the 80s and stuff, in through the early 90s, you just didn't have fucking neighbors that were just so friendly to come over all the time. And, I mean, I did, but I knew friends and I knew traffic. And what was going upstairs was traffic. So all these kind of guys, when someone's on drugs, of course their hygiene is not good. So, up and down, and all of a sudden, I'd hear more yelling, I'd hear more screaming, I'd hear more arguing. I'd hear more smacking of the kids. And yeah, one time, it was probably the last time my wife went up there to visit, within the 4-time range, was noticed that Rochelle had smacked the child for knocking a drink on the table because the girl was not too smart. You can tell that the mother, Rochelle, wasn't teaching her child how to read, talk to her. If you talk to a child and you read to a child and you teach the child's going to hit more on target than the child. Then you just say, hey, go to your room and play your toys and get out of my way, mommy's busy. And that's exactly what this woman did to her child. Mommy's busy, go play the toys. Yeah, you seen in the videos all the toys and stuff that the baby doll had, Bella. You seen all that stuff. That's what that girl had. And she was put to her room because, yeah, mommy didn't want to be bothered. And she'd say that, too. I've heard her on numerous occasions, walking in the house. I heard her talking to the kid upstairs while bringing in groceries or something, coming in from work or whatever the case may be. But you hear her, mommy's busy, go to your room, and da-da-da-da. And there was more. And then the smack for spilling the drink, I've heard yelling up there, and I've heard smacking up there too from, just walking in. And due to what? Who knows what the kid did there previous times. This time, let me knock the drink over. Because the kid was just, a little ditzy clumsy. And you can't help that with the parent she had. Or who even knows how the friggin' boyfriend treated her. He was, I don't know. Him I can't really say because, yeah, during the day he was gone. Nighttime, they would be fighting. And, yeah, who knows? He could be yelling at her, at the daughter or something. And I wouldn't know about it because, yeah, all the arguments they had up there anyways. But when they had their traffic up there, it'd be more different. So, a day goes by of, I don't know, they must have been high on something. Getting, like I said, this is probably the first time that they started heavy drugs. Maybe, I can't be sure on that. But when you get on them drugs also, what happens, I've seen it before, people I know, some people who've done it, they get fucking paranoid. So, my kids one day were just, I'm getting ready to leave to go somewhere. And they decide to throw fucking toys at each other. Flying all over the house. Think it's a big joke. And I'm yelling, get the fuck out and cut the shit. I always discipline my kids with a smack on the butt of the hand. Due to the fact of throwing toys, especially hard plastic ones. Because if it goes in one of their eyes, or it goes in my eye, the Wi-Fi, or if it just happens to go through a damn window, there's money there. They were sitting in the emergency room explaining to the doctor what the hell happened here with the fucking guy's leg sticking out of the kid's eye. Luckily that's never happened, but I always think the worst when toys start flying. So as I'm yelling at them to cut the shit and get outside, we're leaving, we're going somewhere at the time. This bastard upstairs, all of a sudden, who the fuck? What did you say to me? I'm like, what? I'm like, I don't know if he was coming outside, had his ear to the door. I don't know what the fuck he was doing, but yeah. Come out with his chest all stuck out. Who the fuck you talking to? Who you talking to? What are you saying to me? I'm like, dude, I ain't talking to you. I'm yelling at my kids. What's your problem? What's up? What? And he just kept going. So I walked up the stairs. I said, why don't you shut the fuck up, take your ass in your house and go sit down, or do what you're gonna do and mind your business. I said I wasn't talking to you. I was yelling at my kids. They're throwing toys down here, heavy, hard toys at that. I said, and I wasn't talking to you. And through the conversation and the argument, here comes Rochelle. Oh, what's the problem? What you did? I don't even know what the hell she was rambling on about, but I told her. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, why don't you shut the hell up? You go somewhere. Why don't you go take a walk, I said. And then as I'm yelling and screaming and the volume started to get higher, because when I get going, I get very loud, very rough with my mouth. Very, and then I looked behind these two idiots, and there's her daughter, and her name at the time was Jaden. I'm like, wow, you two, and I'm pointing at them, need to go somewhere right now. And then by this time, my brother heard it from downstairs. He runs up the stairs, don't know what's going on. And I told before he came up, I told him to go somewhere, because you got kids sitting right there, and you need to fucking chill out. And that was the last thing I said. My brother thought something was going on, so he ran upstairs, jumps on the railing, fuck you, yo. I don't know, they've had altercations in the past too. Her boyfriend and my brother, for what reasons, I don't know. But the yelling began again. Then my father came up, because he wanted to know what the hell's going on. My mother called the cops at this point in time. And when all this was going on before the cops got there to break it up, he's over here like, y'all, you want to fight? Let's go. He thought my father and my brother come up to fight to help me. And I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ. And as this is all going on, everybody yelling, screaming, I raised my fucking voice and said, hey, you got goddamn kids. I got goddamn kids. And I'm screaming at the top of my lungs, they do not need to see this bullshit. And he's over here. And then, I don't know, the fucking guy's like, yeah, there's kids here. Then he starts changing his tone. Yeah, there's kids here. I'm like, dude. And then the cops came, after fucking more words of stupidness. And after that, stopped talking to him. It was just another fucking day walking out the door if they were in the same hallway with me. And between the smacking of the kids for spilling drinks, the nonsense this woman and these people were doing, that's my side. To say, hey, whoa. I'm like, be like, wow. And this is a total shock to me, but a total shock to me about all this, and I cannot believe it's so close to home. But then again, hey, the Jeremiah Oliver case, that little boy in a coma, there was three other babies that died after the Jeremiah Oliver case. Sorry, I feel bad, I can't remember their names, but they were babies. And it seems like a damn spree that this fucking Casey Anthony fucking cunt started. A trend. But there's more. Now, in 2008, 3 years after living in that apartment, and as for Rochelle and her boyfriend, all I can say about after that argument and fight, they started to disappear. Soon the rent wasn't being paid. Soon you didn't see them because, right, My father was the management. He's looking for them for the rent. The landlord's talking to my father about like, oh, so where's the rent, Arthur? And the rent's not coming in. He's, I don't know, because they're sneaking in. And they'd probably come in like 2, 3 in the morning, pretend they're sleeping during the day, sneak out somehow when no one's looking, of course. And eventually they just, packed up and left. So after that, 3 years later, I guess you can say Rochelle fell off the goddamn wall and never turned back. And it sucks to say. Yeah, her 2 older kids, one's in the care of the grandmother and one got adopted. But, I guess you can say another episode happened. And this wasn't even at an apartment building. I went homeless in 2008 and I ended up in Motel 6. Go figure. And in 2008, sorry. So, staying at the motel, it about have been a month or 2 that I've been there. And you just wouldn't believe who shows up again. And it was Rochelle. Now, from what I remember seeing her at my residence on 48 Devlin Passway on the 3rd floor till now, 3-year span, I did not recognize her at all. She got rough. And like I said, I was in the motel. I was already settled, and it was summertime. It was about 2 months or 3 months in, and I see these. I'm at the pool. Go figure, with my kids, because they had a pool there at Motel 6 Leominster, and we're outside and they're swimming. I'm watching them, and of course, you can't help notice new people walking in. So they're on the 2nd floor, probably 2 or 3 doors almost over mine, and I see these 2 women and this biker dude coming in. They got small luggage, not much. They all go in the room, and I'm looking at them like, wow, what a fucking sight, right? Because, they didn't look of the best nature. And that's why it was, what's her name? Rochelle. And at this point in her life, I did not know it, but coming off from the news lately, watching the Bella Doe story, there she was with her fucking rocky past, and at this time, I know for damn her 2 kids are gone, because they weren't with her, of course, and the first 2 kids, not the Bella kid, but Jaden, and I think she had a little boy, but I can't remember his name, and go figure, everybody's not even mentioning him in the story. Who even knows? I mean, he was there at that apartment, but I think he might have been an infant at the time, so you didn't hear much with him. It was just a little girl, but so as she is rolling in with these guys, and a couple days go by, 3 days go by, and one day it's the weekend, and I guess Rochelle in her, I don't know what the hell she was, but I can tell you right now, they were making out in the pool. My kids were in the pool first, and I went to the room. My wife was watching them, and I had to do something in the room. I come back, and before I get to the gate door to open it, to get it back in there, I hear, "Hey, why don't you watch out what you're doing? Stop splashing me. Hey, why don't you cut that shit?" I hear this rough cut voice, and I'm, of course, remembering it from Devlin Passway, the apartment era. I'm like, wow. I'm thinking, I'm just, thinking it. Gets in there, sure as shit. I start studying her face, and I'm like, oh, wow. And she's over here yelling at my kids, and the other girl's like, yeah, why don't you cut the shit? Why don't you stop splashing us? Because you know how kids are. Once they get in the pool, they're over there push in the face. Only got him a little wet, and I went up to frickin' Rochelle. I said, "What's up, Rochelle? What's the matter?" And I knew her right off the bat as soon as I hear her talking and this and that. And, she's like, "Oh, your kid just flashed at me." And I was like, wow. So I'm like, all right, you guys, get away from her and stop splashing. Not sooner did I say all this and started talking to her, whatnot, saying, "What's going on? What's up? Why? Water is water." I was pretty much saying, wow, what? And I was giving a look, and then the guy comes out from behind me. He's like, "What's going on?" You can hear all the ruckus now, right? Go figure. Another guy going down there talking to my women or whatever the fuck he was thinking, but here he comes. I said, "All right, my kids are splashing her in the pool." I said, "I'm just telling them to move away from her." And, what do you mean, what's going on? And I'm looking up at him. I said, "Nothing's going on, whatever." And I don't know, she was saying something. I was like, and at that point, I'm thinking of the past. Of course, I'm looking at my two kids. I said, "Out of the pool." I started yelling at them. I said, "We can't swim today." And then they started getting cocky. So I said, "Fuck you all. Fuck this." I got my kids out, went to the room. I even took them out later on, got them dressed and left. But, it was fortunate that they didn't stay there long. But here we are again. Same scenario. Having words with someone just for getting a little splash in the water. And not only that, it's like, hey, you got a room, go use it and make out in there. Because once I seen what they were doing before I got in there, I looked through the bushes and seen them all like in there making out. What the fuck? I'm thinking, that's disgusting. Why don't you go get a room is right? I mean, there wasn't no little pet kisses, French kissing, tongue on tongue, and they were friggin' literally body to body. So you can just imagine what any parent would think when you got two young kids watching two women making out in a pool, public pool at that. It's just sick. And after that, that time, that Russell, in the first time, I never seen her again up until now. And I can tell you right now, her voice in the video that they show on the news has gotten extremely deep. And I can tell that she must have been just coming off her shit. And she was just, wow. I could not believe I was hearing that voice again. And with the killing, oh man, that I can see her doing it nowadays just as bad as she was. I don't care what that, her baby's father to come out, what he said was sick. Well, I don't believe she did it. And we're just gonna live with it as it is. What are you, fucking insane? Your kid's dead. Your fucking ex brought your daughter into a situation with a man she probably didn't even know for a fucking few days. And if it is true that she walked in on him punching her, blah, 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 why did she cover it up? She should have reported him right there. Called the police. No. She stuck by his side, put her in the bag, and disposed of her. She let it happen. Fuck you to the father of the Bella. That's just sick that you could say what you said. That's sick. Fucking sick. Your kid's dead. I couldn't imagine if I had a girlfriend or a wife and she killed my fucking kids. I'd be off the wall. I would have lost it. I'd have broke down. I would have just lost it. I'd probably be smashing things right now. I'd have thrown the TV on the fucking floor looking at her face on that screen. Come on. It's just like, Jeremiah mother. Fucking disgusting. Let it happen. Just because this big bad fucking dude said he'd kill you. Fuck you. There's places where you can go to get out of them situations. And there's safe houses. I know. I cleaned one out. And there's safe houses out there that nobody would even expect. And I know because I've been there and I've done a clean out at a safe house for women that have been abused. Of course, I won't say a goddamn word about it, but I know where it is. And there's one right here in Fitchburg. But too bad no one's gonna know where that is. And I mean, yeah, there are places where you can get and you can be hidden from people that are dangerous. And whether that person took Rochelle and told her I'll kill you, and fuck that shit. She shouldn't even gotten involved with the guy, right? And that's only one thing that you can think of that why she got involved with him, right? She needed a hit. Well, she got cleaned for a while, went to her auntie's house, which you could sell was a nice establishment there. It would have probably worked if she would have just stayed clean, but being in the Dorchester area near Boston, you ain't gonna be clean. You ain't, you know what? All in all, that girl Rochelle didn't have no willpower. No willpower. I'm a 17-year alcoholic. I had a bad addiction to alcohol and I did bad things. But guess what? At least I didn't kill someone with my drunken driving. And at least I didn't kill someone for a stupid bit of rage that I used to get in when I was drunk. And thankfully I never killed no one. But it was time to grow up. It was time to put that aside. I occasionally drink, but I'll never go back to the person I once was, of an idiot, stupid. In the way I look at it, I look at the dumb things that I did in my life to make me not want to go back that route. And that's what people need to do. Look at the dumb things, but this is just too dumb and stupid to even look back on and say, hey, I'll give it up now. Can't give it up now. So you will give it up because you'll be sitting your ass in jail, hopefully for life. I would like to see the death penalty. And I'd like to see the death penalty done the way that girl died. Or as they say she died. Punch that fucking bastard in the stomach. And Rochelle should get punched in the stomach for sitting there and letting them fucking do it. I cannot believe people let these little babies just... Oh man, I can't. And the worst thing it is with me, I got a photographic memory and I can picture all this shit. And it just disturbs me to the core. And I would love nothing more to put them people in a room with me and I'll show them what the fucking pain is. How do you like it? How do you think this kid felt when you did it to them? But other than that, them are my two stories of that woman. And she was on the urge of just not being able to handle herself in life or with kids. All I know is all you people, new people, thinking or not thinking of having kids. And sometimes it just happens, unexpectedly. Because, yeah, you want to have unprotected sex. Well, guess what? Men, cover your heads before you get in them beds. Women, take a fucking pill or something or get the shot or do something. Because I'm going to tell you right now, if you are not equipped to have kids, you're just putting yourself in a life worse than hell. Because if you can't handle kids, people look at me and say, how do you do it? And I got 4 boys. I tell them every day, I have to do it, because if I don't, I'll be in a bar room somewhere drunk, probably even dead. And these kids just keep me sane, and that's that. I can't go back to the life I once had anyways. And people know it. I know it. They've seen me. I've seen me, and I've heard, and I've seen me through stories that people told me. And it's like, I did that? Oh, fucking whoa. So, what we do, and I mean, people that don't or are not ready for kids, I think they should start up fucking first time classes too. You know what? Instead of having, if you got a trade school, you need more parenting stuff. And you just don't, and I'm not talking about these past, give this kid and this girl a baby and live with it and take care of it. You know what? They need a baby that's colic. They need a baby that cries. They need a baby like mine that grew up throwing up in the back seat of the car because you tell him to hold on a minute. Son, I'm going to get you a drink. Just hang on a sec. We're almost there. And he... Blah! I had the fucking original... I had a literally an exorcist baby. This kid would get upset, would do this, would do that, he'd cry, all of a sudden he's puking. Every other day he'd throw up. Get up in the middle of the night scared, trying to calm him down, blah, throws up. I'm cleaning puke at 3 in the morning, for Christ's sake. And, right, your kids do not come with instructions. Your kids do not come with... oh, he could be this, or he could be that, or he could do this, or he could throw up on that. No, or he's colic, or he's gonna scream all day. You're not gonna fucking know what your kid's gonna be. And Rochelle got lucky with her kid there, Bella, because if she was on drugs and that kid came out with that in the system, boy, they'd be screaming every day, but looked like she got lucky. She cleaned up before she popped that one out, I guess. And she was a... oh, man, they couldn't get no beautiful, cuter than that of how happy that little girl looked. But even them images couldn't even keep Rochelle straight. Fucking sick. And I'm telling you, people, if you think you're going to have a kid or you know you don't want kids, but it happens anyways... if you don't want kids, go get fucking fixed. And if you want kids, find a first-time class or something. Not just parenting classes either. Parenting classes ain't shit. I went to a program in jail of parenting class, and they didn't teach me nothing that I already know. Someone better gets to step up and make a class for babies, and they should make robot babies that cry all the time, that throw up all the time, that shit all the time. Something with a problem that's been in the past should be made throughout babies, and they should have it. And you know what? They should get stuck with each one of them babies to see if they can handle it. And if they can't, that's right. Go get yourself fixed. Because if you go off having a baby and then you kill it, get the fuck out of here, you're sick. That's what I think should happen in today's society with kids having kids, or even people having kids. Because I've seen a lot of people that just ain't ready, that just don't do it right. And hey, I got a lot of learning left still to do, but I'm getting out of the woods with my parenting. And I've even been involved with DCF longer than this Rochelle, may I add. 3 months or 2 times, 3 months each time. That's sick. I've had DCF in my life one time for 2.5 years and 1.5 years, and I didn't do anything that that woman ever did. And all my kids, my oldest kid is 15 years old. Why ain't he dead yet? Or why ain't he beaten yet? Or why ain't he been taken from the state yet? You know why? 'Cause I'm not that type of person. And I do what the law says to do to my kids. And I still get DCF'd involved. And they're over here monitoring me for 1.5 years. But not monitoring the Rochelle people, the Casey Anthony people, or even the Jeremiah's people. Oh, Jeremiah's case was what? They were involved for 1 year and only seen him twice. Wow. You know, I can go on and on by DCF, but this takes the cake. I got other videos up if you want to check them out. My thoughts and theories on DCF and what they... I even have a thing up of the first Jeremiah video I did with my case and what happened to me and what happened to him, and he's dead and I'm still living. My kids are still living. He's dead, unfortunately, because DCF failed him. And there's a lot of cases out there. There's even more cases you people ain't even heard of. But they are online, and there's like 600 and something cases that never made it to the news. So what's up with that, DCF? That's just disgusting. But, yeah, I'm sure they'll be in my life again for some nonsense, bullshit, stupidness. Oh, I went, smack my kid upside the head, wasting food. Gonna beat up my other son, throw him in the closet, almost knock down jars of food, of glass, and things like that. And I'm like, smarten up. What the fuck is wrong with you? I got DCF on me for a year and a half. Just for disciplining my kid, telling him to smarten up. This kid don't, oh man, if I go on this story, I'll be here all day. But, it's just sick. And this baby's dead. Another baby dead. From who knows how many from Casey Anthony. It could be 12, 13, 14, 15. Who knows the hidden ones either. But whatever. Just keep bugging me, DCF, and letting these people die. Good going. Good job. Good job. I salute you, you fucking morons. Anyways, YouTube, I just had to throw that in there. Because, yeah, just look at it. I get DCF involved. My kids still live. They get DCF involved. Less time than me. Kid's dead. Is that the thing they do now? Harass the people that do not do drugs? So if I go do drugs, if I go back to drinking, maybe they'll leave me alone. Maybe they'll close in 3 months and not stay open for a friggin' year and a half, huh? I don't know. Whatever the case may be, YouTube Nation. See you on the next video. Like I said, I'm trying to get to the King Philip War, but all this in-between videos is holding me up, but I have to get them out. I might have another one coming up about Francis Farmer, and who knows. Whatever it may be, YouTube Nation, thank you for watching. See you on the next video.